I presented you because you're beautiful and I'm a slave. Do you understand that?
Woo!
I've already talked too much.
Hi there, welcome to K Reacts, and today we are watching Captain Blood from 1935. Now, if you didn't know this about me, one of my favorite genres of film is the swashbuckler. And a while back, I asked you guys a couple of good ones I should watch, and this one came highly recommended. I never heard of this one, but it has Errol Flynn in it, so I know he's a king of swashbucklers. I have no idea what it's about. I'm thinking maybe it's like a pirate film, or maybe it takes place on a ship. The title kind of gives me that vibe. Guess we'll have to find out. Well, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and the full length will be on Patreon if you want to check it out. The link is down below. And also, if you want to make movie requests, you have to use the hashtag KRequests. And I'm just going to quit talking and let's get into it. With Errol Flynn and Olivia de Havilland. I know they team up a lot. All three of them were in The Adventures of Robin Hood, which I watched. Y'all should check that out. That was a fun movie. Peter Blood. That's a interesting name. I mean, as boring as it is to have the credits at the beginning, I think it's kind of smart because it makes sure that the audience knows who put all the effort into this film. Like, you will know, you will realize who was part of this. But like, people nowadays just have the shortest attention span. What is happening? Some sort of war? The Peter Blood. Oh, doctor. I thought that was an E. That was a very empty room. Or very big hallway.
By Jeremy Pitt, isn't it? It's your friend, Lord Gildoy, wounded at Andrew Bain's farm by the river. Rash fool.
Bye!
There's no time to lose.
To be sure.
How is the battle?
Battle? Slaughter, rather. What can
What
clubs
battle
do
is
against
this?
cannon?
It's out of favor I seem to be with you, my vinegary virgin.
The girl is
What?
saying you're a papist.
A hopeless attempt to put this Duke of Monmouth on the throne? He'd be even worse than King James.
I'm feeling all these are hints to what war this is.
You're just a coward.
I've obviously lost all my knowledge of history, which is a shame because I used to be a huge history buff.
And then I'm going to be as long as I'm on top of the sod and not under it.
I feel like that's not going to be true for much longer.
Will you be back for breakfast?
Who knows, my pretty one? Who knows? This is a Christian country. Christian men don't make war on the wounded or those who shelter them.
Aha. Bad guys alert.
Who the devil may you be?
Peter Blood, Medicinae Baccalaureus.
Don't fling your French at me.
Latin. my
What?
dear friend, it means I...
Take him away, and the others too.
He's just a doctor. Jeez. Jeez, for many weeks. That is a lot of reading. Guess he wouldn't be back for breakfast anyway. There's a lot of people getting hung.
Guilty or not guilty? Guilty. Andrew Baines, guilty or not guilty? Guilty.
How much you want to bet Mr. Blood here is gonna
Guilty.
say not guilty? Or Dr. Blood, sorry.
Guilty or not guilty?
It's entirely innocent I am.
Oh.
Take the stand and face his...
Speaking of words, I'd like to say a few about the injustice of keeping an innocent man locked up for 3 months. In such
3 months.
filth and heat that my chief regret is I didn't try to pull down the filthy fellow that sits on the throne.
Ooh.
Entirely ignorant.
It's like I'm so not guilty, but I wish I was guilty. That's
May
funny.
it please your lordship,
Did you know you were called to attend another revel?
my business is with his wounds, not his politics.
Did you know the law? He's as
People
guilty as
often
if
have a
he
hard time
himself
separating
bore
politics from anything
I
else.
only knew my
That is still
sacred
true.
duty as a physician.
Kill the rebels, we kill the rebellion. Very true, Your Majesty.
Rebels?
A healthy, vigorous man can be reckoned worth from 10 to 20 pounds.
Slaves.
Splendid. Send out word in...
Oh, this... My goodness.
You'd think they'd take better care of a valuable cargo like us.
He spares us the mercifully quick extinction of the hangman's rope and gives us the slow death of slavery. He grants us our lives in exchange for a living death.
Yeah. Good way to explain slavery.
Sold. Sold to Colonel Bishop, 20 pounds.
As if he were buying horses.
Yes, quite.
Jeez. Punch him.
Open your mouth.
Oh. Oh. What? Oh my gosh.
His pride has bought him a ticket to Dixon's mines.
Uncle,
Oh, he's her uncle. Huh.
5 pounds. 5 pounds. That's an insulting sum to offer. Well, does anyone offer more?
6 pounds.
Well.
Bill of your position. Bidding for a slave before all these people.
Will you buy him?
Certainly not.
8 pounds.
All right. 9 pounds.
10 pounds.
What would you like done with him, Miss Bishop?
Why, I don't know. You could learn a lesson in gratitude.
I could thank you for not interfering.
And you are hardly in a position to have anything to say about it.
Your very humble slave, Miss Bishop.
Mm-hmm. Well, aren't they gonna have an interesting relationship? That is quite the contraption. They just have to do that all day? Is it necessary to whip them when they're doing their job properly? Oh gosh.
My friend, King James, did you all a favor in saving you from your just fate on the gallows.
A favor, huh?
Show them the iron.
No. Oh, on his face? Oh.
His Excellency will have his little show. Ill-begotten bunglers, blundering pill peddlers. Your
Seems like you're gonna need a good doctor for that. Wonder who that could be. The kid.
And according to the stories I've heard, he became a slave by being a doctor. A slave?
Where'd you hear that from?
A slave to... I'm just thinking how annoyed Peter Blood would be if I did him another favor.
Ow! Easy there, fellow.
Did I hurt you, sir?
No, but I thought you were going to.
Your Excellency. Well, how's business, my friends? Terrible. Good. Terribly good.
Terribly good.
There are you, free to come and go as you please, and you choose to stay here. While I, who hate this pestilential island, well, such are the quirks of circumstance. I must be running along, gentlemen.
What?
Have you been thinking of leaving us, Doctor?
Leaving? Now, Doctor, how could a slave think of leaving? Or even if he were fool enough to try, by what means could he hope to escape?
Gosh.
And where, for example, could he raise the few pounds necessary to purchase even a small boat?
We
Yeah.
might supply it.
You? Now,
Oh,
gentlemen,
okay.
it's too much to ask, too noble a gesture to hope for.
No.
Oh my gosh.
You've opened for me the gates of hope.
He's really counting on them not tattling on him or
we have-
anything.
Faith, you'll be a lubber crew, but I'll match your hearts against any other. We can
So he's
take
taking
ourselves
everybody with him.
between the ship's pilot.
She knows something's happening?
What's going on between you two?
He was bandaging his leg. Like what?
Man has I've been at my work attending to the governor.
You lie.
Do I?
He was with me, Uncle.
What?
Thank you for protecting my reputation, Dr. Blood, but it was a useless gallantry.
So she has to know something's up, right?
Come on, get along here, fellow.
Wait, they're putting him in the stocks. So he said they can't do it without him. Uh-oh.
This is interesting. I've had men tell me they had reasons for admiring me, and some few have even made claims to reasons for loving me. But for a man to store up
I've resented you because your name's Bishop. That a devil could have an angel for niece.
Well,
From a
well,
resentful
well.
man, that is a pretty fair.
I've resented you because
Mm-hmm.
you're beautiful and I'm a slave. Do you understand that?
Woo!
I've already talked too much.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Bishop, it's difficult for an Irishman to apologize. Thought
He's
badly of you.
I
Irish?
will if you tell me how.
I think of you as the woman who earns me. A
Okay.
slave. But I think the man is lucky who can count you his friend.
I think you know you can.
Mm-hmm. Whoa! Whoa!
Your slave is grateful for all marks of favor.
When you get your.
Oh my gosh, what just happened?
Don't leave me tonight. I'm a sick man.
Oh, he's so
Sure, sir.
needy.
There's nothing more I can do. I'm going to have you well by midnight if I have to bleed you to death.
Ew.
You'll sail without me. What? And get lost at sea without our navigator?
Is he
Nonsense.
dying or something?
I said he was to have neither food nor drink till I ordered.
Sure now. I never heard you.
How could you? You weren't here.
Then how do you expect me to know what orders you've given?
The sass.
Kate, time up.
Tie him up. My goodness.
And what becomes of His Excellency the Governor's gouty foot?
You'll not save yourself with that device this time. Nothing will save you.
Okay. Ow.
Pirates! Pennies, pirates!
This is what I call a timely interruption.
Yep.
Then what'll come?
Okay. Ooh. Pirate fashion. It's quite difficult to hide that many people at once. Yo ho, yo ho. I love this music, it's so good. Yeah, it's gonna be harder and harder the closer you get to the water. Oh no. You have to take the pirate ship?
As the Spaniards have been thoughtless enough to sink our craft, I'm going to see if I can't persuade them to lend us one of theirs.
You crazy son of a gun.
Aye, Peter, ready. Then give them a taste of their own iron.
Oh. These effects are really good.
There's another boat approaching.
Uh-oh. Awkward.
Why, I shall ask His Excellency to write home to the King an account of your exploit. And perhaps some portion of your sentences shall be remitted. That's just about what we expected from you.
Now, Colonel Bishop, we shouldn't hang this man.
No!
No!
I say, hang him!
Hang him. Oh my goodness.
We're giving you the chance to cool off some of that excessive heat of yours. Over the side with him, men!
I was gonna say, like, walk the plank or something.
He's a blood, I'll make you pay for this. He must spend the
Will
rest
you?
of my life doing it. And don't forget to write.
You shake that fist. Oh, the one regret.
Therefore, we do here and now band ourselves into a brotherhood of buccaneers to practice the trade of piracy on the high seas.
Oh.
We, for the loss of a right arm, 600 pieces of 8. Left arm, 500. For the loss of a right leg,
A fella can get rich if he's lucky.
greedy. Those of you in favor of these articles, raise your right hands and say aye!
Hi. The brain. Always handy. So his name became a terror of the Caribbean. I mean, he's lucky he had a last name like Blood. It definitely sounds like a pirate name. The coast. Alright. Blood! Blood! Blood!
Anton Brasilemo,
I'm trying to.
Fell.
Oh my gosh.
The men are set on putting in a Tortuga. Their gold is burning holes in their pocket.
Tortuga. Tortuga. Captain Levasseur. There's Basil Rathbone. I was wondering.
We sail on the tide. Outside the harbor, we'll scatter.
Okay, so they are partners then.
Well, be dead, methinks the greatest captain on the coast has just made the greatest mistake the most ordinary common fool could make.
Yeah, probably. I feel like you might get stabbed in the back. I mean, I don't even know this other captain, but I kind of get that sense already.
Oh, it's exciting, isn't it?
Very.
Could she be a pirate ship by any chance?
Oh, could it be a pirate ship? Could we be attacked? Oh. Oh, so they captured them.
I have said 20,000 pieces of 8.
And for what, if you please, if you said 20,000 pieces of 8?
Whoa.
But why your hands? Why shouldn't Pierre have her, or Rock, or Jacob? Since she's as much their property as yours. Or doesn't
Big
that
brain.
please you?
Where do you suppose I have 20,000 pieces of 8?
Then let someone buy her who has.
Who?
I.
You!
Of course he does.
I bid 20,000 pieces of 8.
Ah,
Can you improve
irony.
on that level? As a lady once said to a slave, you are hardly in a position to have anything to say about it. And that settles that, my captain partner.
wah, wah, wah.
What I intended for you in the end.
What are you doing? Isn't this really the end of him right here? Like they're just gonna fight to the death? Okay. Shall we dance? They just stare lovingly into each other's eyes constantly. Oh. Well, so much for that. That was a dramatic death. Oh.
And that, my friend, ends a partnership that should never have begun.
Yeah, that was a really short partnership. Oh. Sure, lots of water's going up his nose.
I'll never wear them, never. Those nor any other plunder gotten by a thief and pirate.
Thief and pirate.
Alright.
Once you bought me for 10 miserable pounds. Now I bought you for considerably more. The amounts of no matter. What matters is that now I own you as you once owned me. You're mine, do you understand? Mine to do with as I please.
Okay. Dude.
Never mind. Get ready to go about. Set the course for Port Royal. Port Royal?
Oh.
Port Royal. Haven't you ears? Set the course for Port Royal!
Okay, Mr. Grumpy.
That is the unforgivable thing. To have put his revenge above everything else and to have destroyed himself.
And that's what he's done. I've seen pirates. I know their ways. Cruel, evil, greedy, plundering peaceful cities, torturing their captives. Beasts.
Okay. Here goes the romantic music.
Are you so much in love with him? He's chivalrous to the point of idiocy.
Chivalrous. And yet he's been what he's been these last 3 years.
Chivalrous, I guess. That is the word.
This is what comes from sailing the seas with a lovesick madman. All right, lads. What do you mean, Peter? You told me we're not sailing to Jamaica. There's nothing more to be said.
Hey, you give up so easy?
That's for you to tell me, since I'm no longer running this ship.
We didn't say that, Peter.
Are we going to stand by and see this little snip laugh at our captain? There's Bishop's fleet. That might be... We're not yet such lily-livered scum as to be afraid of Colonel Bishop.
Wow, they turned around so quick here.
Fly on, you deserting our captain this way, you scurvy traitors, you Judas Iscariot snakes in the grass, you wolves in sheep's clothing. I was only with them to spy on them.
True friends. They were just testing him. It's quite the trumpet player.
If Port Royal is being attacked, they are likely French ships.
French.
Why French?
Bishop would never let his fleet leave its post in time of war. He wouldn't dare.
Colonel Bishop, if I may say, is a very old and a very dear friend of mine.
It's probably me he's after.
Oh, that
And your freedom for my freedom. From now on, I no longer regard myself as a slave. My life's my own. Even though I'm thief and pirate.
Mm-hmm.
Captain Blood,
Of what should we be thinking?
of the chance to fight for your king.
To fight for my king.
He was loyal.
You hear that, Chester? The king wants us to join his navy.
Yeah, that's not what they want at all.
And a bad king is a bad king. And a worse one if he's James.
Right. James! This commission is sent by King William.
Oh,
William?
a new king.
Faith, it's the long-winded fellow you are. Why didn't you tell us this in the first place?
Where'd they get this trumpet player?
Are you willing to fight, men?
Hey! My goodness, they are decimating them. Didn't even stand a chance.
Now for the other one.
Oh, I thought they were shooting both of them at the same time. I can't get over this trumpet player. Will the second one be as easy? I mean, they did see you coming this time. Oh. Oh! Ow!
All right, my hearties, follow me!
My hearties. This is quite the battle. I can't even figure what's all happening. There's so much. Like, are they winning? I don't know. Okay. I guess they won? I'm going to assume. Where have you been?
Well, what are you going to do?
Just stay here.
Oh, no, it's impossible. You mustn't stay here. His whole life is spent in searching for you.
Well, now he's found me.
But you can still save him.
Isn't it true that you hate me?
Is it?
Hate you?
Or is it that you love me?
Is it?
Some way.
You love me, don't you? Don't you? Oh, Willoughby! She loves me! She loves
Stop.
me! The governor and I are on the best of terms now. He lets me come and go here as I please. Look.
You can't with me. Bishop, you're broken for abandoning your post in time of war. His Excellency the Governor will hear you. The Governor? You'll find him inside.
Oh no.
Rests entirely with him.
Oh, have mercy, Your Excellency. Have mercy.
Why are you...
Pleading with the governor on your behalf. Asking him to be as merciful as you would be cruel.
So dumb.
Uncle, this is the governor.
Oh my gosh. Awkward. Wow. Alright, well that was Captain Blood. That was a really good film. It was kind of everything I thought it would be, but then also a lot of not what I thought it would be at the same time. Like, I really didn't expect there to be a lot of like slavery and tyranny and stuff like that. But then I was kind of thinking it would be about like a hero with a heart of gold and like pirates and all that sort of stuff. So, and I think I've been watching a lot of stuff with that's been in black and white, because I didn't even notice that it was in black and white until I was like halfway through it, and I was like, oh, I guess there's no color. So yeah, that was just a funny thing. I guess I'm hardly noticing it anymore. Let's see. Errol Flynn is quite the charmer, isn't he? I guess that's what makes him a great leading man. Like, he just so easily brings like all the focus on him, like without any effort. And he's just so likable and charming, you know? And yeah, like I say, he's like a great leading man. I can see why he was popular. This movie was definitely a swashbuckler. Like pirates and sword fighting and the dashing leading man and the beautiful lady and the evil villains, and yeah, so I can see why this was recommended. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Thanks. I guess I don't really have much to say about it other than I liked it. So thank you for joining me. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and the full length will be on Patreon if you want to check it out. The link is down below, and I will see you next time on K Reacts.